Well, the Quincy Art Association and the Thomas Crane Public Library are teaming up to provide movies and art together. Movies can be considered art, certainly, but the Art Association is helping the library select specific movies related to the field of artwork. Dan Myers from the Art Association is here to tell us what this program is all about. Dan, this is something unique and different. What's going on?
Yeah, it's very different. We tried it originally. My friend Chris Kreitman and I had planned to do it at Mass College of Art, but that fell through.
Oh.
So Clayton came through for the public library, and we're thrilled to death and very grateful to him.
All righty. So what is it all about? This is a monthly program, I know, that's going on. At least, what, a couple times a month?
It comes once a month,
Okay.
on I think the third Thursday of the month at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the atrium of the, in the room adjoining the atrium at the Thomas Crane Library.
Mm-hmm.
We've already had our first one in January, and that was Michelangelo Love and Death, which my friend and I paid $9 to see at the MFA, and your public library shows it for free.
Aha.
It was a lovely documentary, extremely well attended, surprised me. 24 at the first, 50 at the second, and I didn't know many of them. So it was the library's own outreach that got the public in there.
Okay. So what are the movies about, and how are they selected?
Well, I proposed a list of 10 to 20. Clayton made the final selection, and I think we're seeing how the feedback from the public is before we go forward with the next 4. So we've chosen Michelangelo Love and Death. That was a documentary, very new one, which we've seen in January. Then the next comes The Rape of Europa, which is a documentary about the Nazi looting of art in World War II and the extreme measures taken by the countries and the Allies to protect their art and recover it. That's a fascinating thing. And it was the underlying documentary for the Monuments Men feature film.
Okay.
And
so
then
the movies could be either about art itself or about artists themselves?
Artists. Just the third one is Tim's Vermeer, about a graphic designer who has undertaken to replicate a Vermeer using some optical effects. So that's another documentary. It's very fascinating. He goes into how Vermeer might have created his work with optical instruments at the time. And the last one's a feature film about Frida Kahlo with Selma Hayek and Ashley Judd, and it's directed by Julie Taymor. So it has some fantastic effects, artistic effects of the film variety, and lovely work by actors and actresses portraying an artist's life.
Okay, so this could appeal to a broad range of folks, artists certainly, but also maybe people interested in history or artistic film, if you will, videography, things of that nature.
Very, very true. We hope it appeals to a wide section of the public.
Yeah.
And we will listen to the public's suggestions for the next 4.
All right. So is it, are there enough movies about art, to keep this series going, do you think?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We did a little research. There's hundreds of films.
Really?
Just for some openers for the next 4, we've considered Loving Vincent, which has been out in the theaters recently. It's a magnificent film about Van Gogh. It's hand-painted over real actors portraying Vincent's life. It's kind of the mystery of how did he die. But it has hundreds of hand-painted, well, literally thousands of hand-painted scenes. So it is a work of art in itself.
Right.
Some others we're thinking of as Goya's Ghost, which about the history of Francisco Goya, and that's magnificently done. Okay. That's a feature film. And we have 2 that are French films that have subtitles about Camille Claudel, Rodin's mistress, and Artemisia, the first professional female artist of the Renaissance.
Okay.
So we have a great number that we'd like to try, and we'll take any advice people give us.
Yes. So I'm sure folks in the Art Association are interested, but this might appeal to a broader range of folks.
We hope so
as well. Yeah.
And strangely, there's quite a few people in this town that don't know that we have a Quincy Art Association. So,
Well, you've only been around for over 40 years. You know, it takes a little while, Dan.
So we've actually got some new members. We
okay.
with our last display up in the library, we had suddenly 3 new artists that showed up and attended our some of our programs.
Okay,
So
all right.
we're hoping that I'll make a short presentation, less than 60 seconds, at each one, just to introduce the Quincy art. The fact that we exist
Yes.
and are open to their suggestions.
Great.
So I'll be at both showings of these films over the next 3 months.
All right. Well, we look forward to this new project, a new presentation, and wish you continued success both at the Art Association and with this movie series in the future.
Thank you very much,
So
Joe.
you're welcome. Thanks for coming by. And don't forget, if you'd like to get more information about this or any of the programs at the library, go to their website. It's thomascranelibrary.org.